Hello and welcome back to the Stronghold. I'm the Magi and welcome to Midweek Magic, where I want you to grow your collection by winning 2 free Rare or Better ICRs each and every week. This week's Midweek Magic is not only one of the oldest of the formats still in use, but is also extremely budget friendly. In fact, even if this is day 1 for you on Arena, you have everything you need to play. That's right, it's none other than Momir Basic. But before we get into all of that, this whole Midweek Magic thing has become a bit of a tradition here at the Stronghold, and it all started with our crack team of researchers discovering that we were the only YouTube channel making consistent, proactive, and timely Midweek Magic coverage. And here we are years later, and it appears that we're still the only ones out there doing it for the budget community. So be sure to subscribe to the Planeswalker Stronghold so that we can be here for you every chance we get. Now, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, right. Now, before we dive headlong into that strategy, let's take a moment and talk about our boy Momir Big, who has brought us what I believe to be the most budget-friendly and accessible format you can find in Midweek Magic to date. He was from the home plane of Ravnica and was one of the illustrious guild leaders in ages past. And in fact, he was the Simic guild leader. And at least at that point, and well, really right up until modern times, Simic's thing was to improve upon creatures by adding traits from other traits. Traits from other creatures. So you end up with some very odd mishmash style stuff. If you're into the D&D formats or enjoying the current D&D set, a great example would be something like the Owl Bear, where you took the size and strength of a bear and the intelligence and ferocity associated with owls and put them together, and ta-da, you have an even better killing machine. So what makes this format so budget friendly? And in fact, if you go and download Arena directly after listening to this video, you could still play in this format because it's built around the concept of a deck of 60 cards, all of which are basic lands. That's right, you heard me correctly. They're all basic lands. And the concept here is each turn you can put a land into play and or discard a land card from your hand, tap some amount of mana from your lands in play, and get a randomly generated creature from a converted mana cost equal to the amount of mana that you put in. So if you tap 3 mana in play and discard a land card from your hand, you're going to get a randomly generated creature with a converted mana cost of 3. Doesn't necessarily line up or have anything to do with the land that you have in play other than the quantity. So yeah, it's no secret, I like Momir as a format very, very much. And every time it comes up in Midweek Magic, I hear people complaining about the format, that it's not interesting, etc., etc. So I've got a radical idea to make everyone happy. I like Momir so much, and I think it's such a valuable tool, I think they need to remove it from the Midweek Magic rotation. That's right, I want it less in Midweek Magic, if at all. Instead, I would like to see them make a copy, so to speak, of the Sparky AI and teach it one simple trick and make Momir an available play option like a bot battle at all times. Because you can learn so much from Momir, and the primary thing that you learn here in the fundamental skill is the idea of who's the beatdown. So, who's the Beatdown, you ask? Well, you see, long ago in a land far, far away, before net decking and magic content creators being a dime a dozen, there was a wondrous place called the Dojo, a magic community, and a few select people who generally knew what they were talking about wrote articles to help people that were interested in becoming better Magic players. And one said article was Who's the Beatdown? And I'm going to be honest, I don't recall who originally wrote this. I think it was Mike Flores. I think that's the credit that they've got here. The dojo, unfortunately, is long since gone. This particular article has been archived by the fine folks at Star City Games. Special thanks to Rich and all of them. But the basic idea here was that in any given game, there's two decks. There's the aggressive aggro, aka beatdown deck, and there's the more controlling permission style deck. Even if both players are playing aggro decks, one of them has the advantage and the other one is kind of on their back foot and having to play more strategically and less aggressively. The concept here was if you were the beatdown, you needed to kill your opponent faster than they could kill you. On the flip side, if you were the control deck, you have to weather out those upcoming turns and stabilize and get to a position where you can then become the beatdown. And Mike theorized that this basically came down to three factors. One was who had more damage potential, typically based on the board state and more specifically, most often, creatures. That was the person that tended to be the beatdown deck. On the other side, who had the more removal or who could affect the board state right now more. And that tended to be the person who was the control deck. If you have a bunch of removal in your hand, you want your opponent to come to you so you can deal with that on your terms. Lastly, who has more permission or card draw effects? In other words, who is going to be able to take advantage over upcoming turns more readily? That person was almost always the control deck. The beautiful simplicity that Momir offers is this actually takes away two of the factors, because in Momir Basic there is no removal, there is no card draw, and there are no permission cards. It just all comes down to understanding the current board state and who has the beatdown. All comes down to who can deal the most damage risk-free. And Momir simply gives such an easy way to practice the basics of understanding the board state, particularly when it comes to creatures. Obviously, creature size is going to be a factor. A 3/3 eats a 2/2 pretty much every day of the week, especially if you don't have any combat tricks to worry about. You also need to understand and consider the idea of gang blocking, the idea that 2/2/2s can double block a 3/3. One of them gets eaten, but your opponent loses their strategically more valuable 3/3, and you get left behind one of your 2/2s. Again, combat tricks could normally disrupt these sorts of concepts, but in Momir, you just don't have that factor. And of course, it allows one to get a very thorough understanding not only of evergreen keywords that are going to show up on creatures, but how they interact. Things like Death Touch, Defender, First Strike, Double Strike, Flying, Haste, Indestructible, Menace, Reach, Trample, Vigilance, and the list goes on, as you can see. This again allows you to interact with that and get a firm idea of exactly what is going on in the board state, so you can flip roles from being defensive to offensive very, very quickly and recognize those transition points. And again, something like a Sparky-esque Momir environment, let's particularly new players do this in a very low risk environment. They're not really putting anything on the line other than their time, and the benefits that you could learn far outweigh the investment and the time that would be required. One of the biggest factors when it comes to Momir Basic is when to actually start randomizing your creatures. The fact is, most of the 1 and 2 drops are not really going to have much impact on the board beyond their initial turn or 2. The real power plays tend to start around 3, and with very few exceptions, the best place to stop is going to be somewhere around 7 mana. This basically preserves enough lands in your hand that even if you get hit with some sort of random discard effect, you're still going to be able to consistently play creatures and hopefully keep control of the board state. My recommendation to stop at 7 has everything to do with the available card pool. At last count before the release of Murders of Karlov Manor, there was approximately 125 7-drops available on Arena. And when you compare that to the only 31 8-drops available on Arena, you can see just how quickly this pool begins to dwindle. And at 9 mana and above, Arena, by my rough count, is only sporting 24 available options. And you gotta keep in mind, at any of these levels, not all of the random creatures are the kind of thing you want. So generally, it's better to stick with the larger available pool so you are more likely to hit something good. And since I know you want to see some of these big brain theories in action, I compiled some video footage for you. Well, the 1/3 does block pretty well. Well, that wasn't the worst thing ever. So it can't block, but it can attack. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting. Not sure how that'll actually work, but I guess we'll find out. That's a lot of damage, though. Owie. Yeah, whatever. So we did not get the double team out of this. And oh look, I think we're dead again. Although that helps a little. Not much though, sadly. I'm surprised they're not attacking, to be honest. Well, that helped. Ooh, big boy. That was cute. Okay, you're gonna die on the swing back, but all right. That was not super great on your part. I'm not sure what they were trying to accomplish there, but by golly, we finally got a win. Do it again. Like, this shouldn't even be in here because there's no way to possibly have this. Ooh. There we go. Ooh, that's pretty nice. I got a mana source there. Ooh, very nice. So now they get to chump block. Ooh, another good drop. Let's stick a little damage here. That should just be victory. Yeah, there we go. We got a second win. It took an hour, but we got it. Momir Basic. Very, very cool. The easier one, to say the least, really all you got to do is just grind up to 3 lands and then start dropping creatures. And, well, it looks like they have read my strategy guide too, because it looks like they are going to do the very same thing. And, of course, they're on the play, so they're going to get the first creature. Big money, no whammies. How'd they do? I mean, okay, a 2/3 with reach, not too bad. I can dig it. Let's see here. I think we go for the forest. Let's try and do better on the Momirces. Let me see here. What do I want to get rid of? We'll give up an island. Oh, wait. Why did it do 2? Just kidding. Apparently, I did not click it enough. And we will still give up said island. But I want to give up that island. That's what I want to do. Because, you know, the way the art looks matters somehow. Hey, cool. All right. So when we lose one, we get to keep the other. That's an interesting little tidbit. I don't hate it. They got themselves a 4/4 Bag End Porter. Okay. Maybe not so many legendary creatures going on, but we'll see how that goes for them. It could definitely be a thing. And what do we give up here? I think we give up a forest because we got a ton of those in our hand. You get a one-time boon when you cast a wolf or werewolf creature spell. Well, that's not really going to happen, but okay. They just got a 4/4 on their 5-drop. That is not great, but it does have Toxic. So that's an interesting tidbit. Toxic 2, no less. Yeah, let's see here. I think we want to play a mountain. Let's Momir. We'll do the thing for 5. Hadal. Well, that was interesting. Drawing a card. I guess that's something. We're not really in a position to attack here, unfortunately. If he wants to swing that, I will double block, though. Good gracious. That was a great thing to pull there. That takes away my double block aspect. So I think we're probably just going to lose this one. We have definitely been outclassed on our Momirzes. But it's not over just yet. We could get something really earth-shatteringly good here, maybe. That's pretty good. Cannot be blocked this turn. Interesting. We'll say no attacks, though. So we've definitely got the big boy on the field. Well, that's game. Two, three, four, five, six. Oh, okay. I already played my land for the turn. I guess I'm just tripping here. Okay. Oh, well, that's pretty nice. I think I like that a lot. Yes, that is quite nice. They went to 8, and they did not get anything great on that. Yeah, we passed. They're going to attack with the flyer for sure. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. It's not quite good enough. I guess he'd had about enough of that. And here I thought we had lost. I guess it's always good to ride that out. And all right. All we got is Crappy Mountains, so I guess we play Crappy Mountains this game. We are on the play though. That's a pleasant surprise. And we have all 5 colors in our hand. That's usually a good sign. We're gonna go for 3. Spin the wheel. Big money, no whammies. Oh, all right. I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. Wow. 6 games in a row on the draw. That's a bummer. Our opponent feels perplexed. I'm not sure what's going on here. There's not a lot of decision points here. And that's a little bit of a cushion. Oh, nice. Okay, so you won 3 in a row. That's very good. Momir, it's almost dead even. 50-50 on who's going to win. There's a little bit of tactical stuff, but it's just kind of a dead draw between the two. We still get to attack with no remorse here. Yep, I will take 2, thank you. Let's hit our 5. Big money, no whammies. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. A 5/5 with vigilance. That feels really good. What would be amazing is if we got another Death Touch creature. But, you know, that's for constructed things, right? Ooh, they got another flyer. That's problematic. But still not really anything that can hurt us unless they double up. see, I believe this is 6 now, right? Okay, well that's not great. That's not great at all, but we will just attack with everything here. And wow, we're actually on the verge of winning. That was an absolute dud creature because as soon as they drew a card, we died. That was terrible. What the hell, Arena? What the hell? Another flyer. Look at them. So they're gonna have to block some things this time around. Nope, they're done. They see the writing on the wall, I guess. How rares work. I like the idea of a dinosaur named Batman. Hey, alright. No cards. Submit 0. Flying and Vigilance. Well, they did get a Power Stone. That's pretty hot stuff. Let's see, what do we pitch here? Yeah, I like that. It's pretty cool. They just went 3. Interesting. I don't know why they didn't go 4. See what he'd rather take. Okay, he's going to take the flyer. That is probably the correct move, to be honest. Swing it for 6. Oh no, let's go with that one. Nothing can really attack though, so that's a bummer. We've got a flyer to start in next turn with though. Ooh, okay, that's pretty big. Not quite enough though. We did find a forest. Oh, very nice. They're just gonna chump it. Okay. So if they don't summon a flyer here, they have real problems. They did not. I was like, really? That's what you're gonna do here, huh? Like it a lot. And how about you sacrifice a creature? Okay. I think we got this one pretty much sewed up, unless they just pull something amazing here. That's pretty good. Not even gonna block it. Just, you know, why would I? We'll do the thing. Bam. See if he drops the 3. Heck yeah, he is. That's a, well, would have been kind of good. I think that's what we call a bad beat right there. That's a lot better. Menace and Ward. Come on, just do the thing. How does that not have? Oh, he saw the recursion. He had enough of that. And hey, just in case you didn't catch all that, Matt would like you to know that the deck list that we discussed in this video is going to have a link down in the doobly-doo to take you over to Aetherhub, along with a link to any other alternative lists that you might wish to consider. He only asked that you give it a little like thumbs up when you're over there checking out the deck list. And I plan on live playing this event on Wednesday at 11 a.m. over on my Twitch channel, so definitely stop in and check it out. Because the Stronghold is so much more than just a YouTube channel, and you can find links to all of our other social media outlets in our profile. Because at the end of the day, we're all budget players. And as a community, we're stronger together. So like, comment, subscribe, follow, do all those things to show a little love. It's appreciated more than you know.